Good morning, everyone. This is Gavin with Treats on the Streets, and welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a while. We actually have a lot to talk about, but before we get into that, I'm hungry. I need some breakfast. Okay, so the first item of business and a bit of an update, and as you may have been able to tell from the video footage you just saw, I bought a new car. It just so happens to be an e36 M3. What I'm going to do now is go ahead and dive into the details of why I bought it, how much I paid for it, and all that stuff. So I'm a firm believer that in order to figure out what you actually like, you have to try new things. Now, as far as my previous ownership of the cars that I've had, the first car that I bought was back in 2009, and that was a Mazda Speed 3. I bought it brand new, and I really didn't keep it for that long. I think I kept it for like 8 or 9 months, and then I sold it. So that was a front-wheel drive car. After owning a front-wheel drive car, I realized that I really wanted some more traction once you started to add power, so then I ended up buying a 2007 Subaru Legacy GT. I bought it stock and ended up doing a bunch of stuff to it. I kept that car for quite a bit longer, about 3.5 years, and then I sold it. So far, I'd had a front-wheel drive car and an all-wheel drive car. And then I started spending a bunch of time around Landon in this BRZ that you guys have seen so much of. And what that made me realize is I needed to try something that was rear-wheel drive. So for this next car, I wanted to buy something that was within my price range of being able to pay cash. My budget was about like $10,000 to $15,000. So the cars that I thought would be fun that I could get between $10,000 and $15,000 were an S2000, a 350Z, and then I thought about the e36 M3. And after comparing all that stuff, I realized that this was probably the coolest car that I was gonna get for that price range. I don't think a lot of people actually know much about e36 M3s. If you look at e46s and other years, e36s are actually pretty hard to find. I live in Utah, so when I did a search online of what I could find for e36s, I only found 2 results. So I knew that I probably was gonna have to go out of state. It's not the first time that I bought a car sight unseen. I bought a truck a few years ago as well out of Colorado. So I started looking online, and it actually took me a couple months to find one that I thought had low enough miles and was clean enough for what I wanted. Now the funny thing is, if you're looking at e36s and e46s, it almost doesn't make sense to buy an e36 M3 because their price is just about the same as the newer E46. Although it may not have made much sense for me to buy an E36, I just like this body style more. I like the way that the inside of the car looks more. I just pretty much like everything about them, especially these Vaders. This particular model that I found only had 71,000 miles. It's a 1999, had a clean title, and had some tasteful upgrades like the stuff you saw under the hood, Dynon catback exhaust, some of these gauges right here. It had the 18-button onboard computer, dual automatic climate control, a sunroof, and a few other things that made me really decide that I wanted to look at it. Now this car was listed at a dealership in Michigan for $12,750. Now after buying my first car out of state, I definitely do not recommend buying a car out of state unless you have it inspected by a third party. Don't just go off what the dealership is going to tell you. You never know what you're going to get. You don't know what the car smells like. You can't really see the paint that good up close, even though they can send you a lot of pictures. So luckily I found a German auto shop that was within 5 miles of the dealership that I was gonna buy this car from. So I had them drive the car over to the shop and do a little inspection. And what they found was it needed a new water pump and it needed new rear trailing arm bushings. Now the shop that I had inspect the car, they did do a really thorough inspection. They did a compression test, checked everything else inside of the car, made sure the windows and the sunroof and all the other stuff work, air conditioning, whatever. They quoted me the cost of that at about $1,150. So with them having the car listed at $12,750, I went back and told them, hey, it's gonna cost $1,000 for me to fix this stuff. If I'm gonna pick up this car, I gotta get it for 12 grand. You may think for a 1999, that's kind of a lot of money, but if you look at E36s online, you're gonna find that ones that have low miles and are the newer years are going to be quite a bit more than this, so I actually feel like I got a pretty good deal. Most other ones for these miles in this condition were going for about 14, 15, 16,000 bucks. So now that I have the car, you guys are going to be seeing a lot more of it. Now let's rewind a little bit. Now when I got the Mazda Speed 3, what I really wanted was a car with a turbocharger that I could tune and make a little bit faster. And it was a lot of fun and I really liked the car, but like I said before, I realized that I kind of wanted some more traction. So after I got the Subaru, I got really into drag racing, and I drove it a lot in the winter with snow tires on it, and I really appreciated and used the all-wheel drive. So now that I've got a rear-wheel drive, what I'm gonna do is exploit the rear-wheel drive benefits, which probably means a lot of drifting and a lot of donuts. Now that we have all that out of the way, it's time for the second thing I want to talk about. I do have a lot of plans for this car, and I'm not going to be leaving it the way that it is. And how I've decided that I'm going to handle the modifications that I'm going to do, as long as they're still in good condition, I'm going to go ahead and give those away. Now that you've been introduced to the car, what better thing to do than introduce you to the first modification and the first giveaway? And the first modification and giveaway just so happens to be the shift knob. Now this one that came on the car, well not stock, but whoever put this on here, it was a Momo shift knob. And it fits pretty good in your hand, but I like stuff that looks more OEM, so I'm gonna go ahead and give it away. So let's get to it. First, I just unscrew this here. Now BMW shift knobs, typically most shift knobs you just twist them to take them off. BMW is different, they kind of pull and pop off. But this one has these little, I don't know how well you can see those down there, but I'm gonna use this Allen wrench right here. There's 3 little Allen screws that screw in and out and pinch on to the shifter. Let's see, that should be good. I'll pop this off. There we go. And now the first modification, this new shift knob right here. Now this one doesn't have any screws or anything, you just push it on here and it pops on. There we go, solid. So now if you want to win the first piece of this car, what you need to do is make sure that you're subscribed to the channel, like the video, and leave a comment in the comments below, and in the next video I'll be announcing who the winner is. Now I don't know if you can tell where I'm at. Let's see, there we go. But I had to drive through a canyon to get here, and I did that for a reason. So let's go for a drive. Dude. Now what fun is having rear-wheel drive if you don't do rear-wheel drive things? Oh ho ho! I can't decide to see this. Oh, here's my marks from the other day. I'm gonna back up a little bit. Alright, now's a good time. Here we go. Alright, so we made it back to the garage after a fun little drive, and not a moment too soon, because check it out, it started to snow. And that's what I got the truck for. I'm not driving the car in the snow. There's a bunch of ducks. Now anyways, next time you see me is going to be after the holidays. So, hope you guys all have a great new year. And next time we're also going to talk about a bunch of parts that I have in the basement that are going to be going on the car, as well as who won the shift knob, and also a little update on the BRZ. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.
That's good.